And it seems that the first game might be getting underway finally today, so that's good. And the gods are kinda interesting. You can see so far more and high hit clans want to actually be playing together. Gaia and Zeus, well not, why not? Let's right now turn off the music and probably get ready for the casting here for the first game of today's session. The gods are all around quite interesting. Apparently they're gonna be right now switching. Hopefully I hit guns is gonna be getting better. Sometimes when you are alt tabbing you can be showing a thread. So it seems to be the case, and yeah, gonna be waiting just for him to queue up. And there we go, the first game of today's evening is on. The gods are very interesting indeed, quite a variety, basically no same god in there. So Blue Lagoon, it's gonna be Issei with Sasha, with Barry against more 1900 height clans. Kind of thinking that the team at the top side is gonna be slightly having a bit of a hill in front of them, but let's see, maybe they're gonna be surprising everybody, and especially their opponents in this game. So, the gods are gonna be then what? More gonna be playing Gaia, Issei, aka Samu Oranos, Zeus for Sasha, Barry Odin, and 1900 Ra with I hit clans Loki. So really quite interesting lineup all around. With 1900 apparently spawning on the flank, it seems like, with I hit clans and more. One is gonna be in the pocket, which is probably gonna be kinda dangerous for the opponents. Especially since he's gonna be playing Gaia, which means that yeah, she's kinda suited for the pocket positions and being really just basically booming, go with some kind of faster mythic, maybe even some faster titan, some kind of nonsense like that we could be expecting from an Atlantean. So you're gonna be, for example, looking on the right side for I hit guns and his position of the gold mine, which is kinda not exactly great. It's definitely gonna be raidable from the top side, but who is he gonna be playing against? Against Barry, with playing an Odin, so that might be an interesting matchup between those two, Odin and Loki. Definitely curious about this one, because Barry is quite a decent player, so we'd be expecting really that at the bottom side, maybe I hit guns might be needing a bit of assistance from more, as the game is gonna be coming, but yeah, well, let's not really get ahead of ourselves too much, as of course here we are gonna be looking at quite nice giraffes in the base of Sasha, with gold kinda nicely positioned at the backside, so he doesn't have to worry about raiding all that much. He just maybe will have to be careful about walling somewhere about here, so that he doesn't really let the Turmas go there all that easily. So some potentially cooperation with Barry could be going a long way towards making their bases somehow basically overall safe for them. So Issei Samu on the left side gonna be having gold nicely protected by the woodline. That's definitely gonna be helpful. So yeah, that's nice for him. In the front, a lot of hunt, and the tower is definitely helpful as well to protect the gold mine, as that's gonna be really hard for the opponents to somehow attack in any kind of easy way. So far we are looking, for example, at the town centers all across the map, and since this is one of the new maps, there shouldn't be really any kind of huge advantage for either team, and it seems like that there isn't. They're kind of similarly positioned for both of them. It's gonna be really taken for the rap player for Larry. Yeah, it's gonna be the time of Pharaoh named Larry. Okay, and it's gonna be cheaper archers, and much more importantly, chariot archers, of course, from that as well. And he's gonna be taking it potentially from the Zeus in the middle, because those cheaper centaurs would be definitely quite dangerous. Maybe it could also be, though, interesting for the Loki, for the trolls in there, for the discount on them. I definitely wouldn't discount that possibility overall. And otherwise, there are gonna be a few more relics, of course, all across the map, for villages killing animals in single shot. Might be actually on this map kinda half useful on hunting the elephants, to prevent all the damage on the villages. That's not really all that useless. And a better tower ranged melee attack. Oh man, that is a very good relic to be had on this map. Otherwise, the top side there's gonna be villager food carrying capacity, so a bit of efficiency for all the villages, as that's gonna be, wow, that's one hell of a defensive temple right now for Barry. Right next to the back TC, because he was kinda scouting there and opted to go for the temple because he didn't want to delay himself all that much, it seems, at this point. Deal. What is that? 5? 4? Yes, 4. Never remember the colors there. And that's basically the reason right now. You can see he's having plenty of food already for the advance. So he basically opted to go for the temple even on the other side of the map. Luckily for him, it doesn't really matter. But if it was a Loki, now that would be a pretty significant problem. Because of course, obviously, he would have to send all the units from the backside all the way to the middle. So that would be really hard for him to deal with. But luckily for him, he's not that god. He's gonna be only Odin, or only Odin. Odin's gonna be, of course, pretty good. As in the middle, there is Pygmalion statue. Man, really good relics all around here. That's a quite powerful one, as one of the last relics on the right side is gonna be for better crush armor for mid units. My favorite worst relic in the game, quite probably. There you go. Temple finish for Loki, exactly the correct place. But I'll be maybe thinking he could want to protect the gold a bit more. Like placing the temple next to the wood line would be kind of helpful. But he also kind of has to be careful because he's against Odin, who is quite probably going to be coming through Freya. Yes. And the forest fire can definitely be coming back to bite him. So maybe like at least leave there a bit of a space between the wood line and the temple. But still a bit of a wall in of the gold could have been going a long way for him quite easily. Okay, so Scatterscopos at the back, scouting the elephants exactly as you're talking about them a bit later or a bit earlier. And it seems so far that basically Mor is hogging the woods quite a bit. Yeah, yet again, you should be definitely giving woods to your friend who is a Norse. Because dwarfies, if you have them, they do have quite a nice bonus on Gaia's trees. Quite a nice bonus indeed. You can see laborers 15% faster, but dwarves 25% faster. And even though it's basically offset by the fact that overall dwarves gather wood a bit slower, so it's basically best used for a Thor. Still, kinda why not actually help your teammates? Because you're not gonna be needing all that much wood, and if you are gonna be helping your teammates, of course, you are increasing your chances to win. Unless you are heading for some kind of like Superman way, how to win the game, which is not all that impossible, all things considered, when we are actually talking about more. He does have such tendencies here and there. So let's see if it's gonna be a gameplay like here. He's apparently coming a bit forwardish from the hunt and into the military buildings. Military barracks times 2, times 3. This is looking like some kind of special strat actually from him. Can see triple military barracks. It's gonna be a spam of Murmilos. Quite significant one. Definitely curious how this is gonna be going for him. And he's gonna be apparently coming into the middle, into the Zeus player, into Sasha, who is coming for the second TC, and the front one, which is kinda close by to him, so I can kinda understand the temptation to go for it. So yeah, when you are playing against gods, they are quite probably gonna be aggressive. The Gaia, still, she's gonna be raiding, and Loki in there, you might want to be a bit careful. Maybe start with the TC at the backside, so yeah, you don't have to potentially use the ceasefire in some kind of early game that you don't really want to do all that much. Okay, so a bit of a... Right now, raiding from I Hate Clans. And it's gonna be really fought over from Barry. But Barry already does have plenty of army for himself. He's gonna be quite capable of dealing with this. But yep, they just need to go back. Of course, to finish with the elephant, as there's still plenty of food. 300 left. He's gonna be still there for quite a bit longer. In the meantime, of course, the TC on the left side is gonna be finished. A second TC is also finished for 1900. Asdra, so it's gonna be some classic 2 TC fast 3 heroic, it seems like at this point. Though he is slightly missing food, but of course that's gonna be right now repaired quite significantly by the rain that is gonna be cast really soon, I'm expecting. In the meantime, of course, Valor Hero is gonna be going for a bit of raiding against him. It's gonna be red players sending everything, and he's having what? 1 and 1, military barracks and counter barracks. And on the left, I'm kinda expecting, oh yeah, he's actually not gonna be coming right now more into the middle. The green player, he's gonna be much more interested in raiding the Oranos, and it kinda makes sense, especially considering what they actually had as a bit of an exchange in the game room, where there was a talk of Issei that Mor is not such a nice player. So I'm kinda expecting this is gonna be a bit of a revenge. A revenge theme, so let's see if it's gonna be working or not, but it definitely could, because of course with all the army being right about the purple player, who is gonna be kinda hard to raid, because he's of course the Egyptian, he does have the farms right next to the TCs and all stuff like that. It's probably gonna be fairly easy for Mor to somehow raid this opponent, and maybe even destroy the town center, because it's having, of course, only 2100 hit points. So it's definitely possible, especially if we are seeing medium Murmilos, which we are. Bite of the Shark for a better Murmilo hack attack. So yes, this is absolutely certainly a plan from Mor from the very start. So here we go. He's gonna be destroying this. Walls or other towers are gonna be helpful at least a bit. But is he gonna be having some kind of assistance from the god powers of his teammates? I don't think so. Because he could be definitely using, for example, Restoration, but the Zeus is on the opposing team. So I don't exactly expect that it's gonna be all that helpful to him. But in the meantime, of course, right now this is gonna be Teal, with Yellow still having a bit of a 1v1, and Carnivora coming for the attack on the TC, which is also not half bad, but it's gonna be bolted, as Shockwave is gonna be cast, and he definitely should have gotten rid of the next tower in here, because with the extra heroes, rather, hero, singular, right there, and the Centaur, it seems that he will have to fall back, and this is not gonna be working in the end all that easily, as of course the army is coming forward in the middle. Apparently only plenty of military academy for the hoplites, and it's gonna be kinda hard to actually fight against the Murmilos, because the Murmilos are not really bad, and I would be definitely liking a whole lot more other army, like for example, of course, a few Toxotai. Well, Torchu, definitely glad that you enjoyed my voice. Not sure if it was sarcastic or not, but whatever the case, thank you very much. And you can take it sarcastically or normally as well, depending on how you meant it. As of course, right now Teal is gonna be coming forward into the yellow base with a quite solid army, and it doesn't seem like the Richard I Hate clans would be having any kind of easy game against him, as there was a bit of an engagement against the villager who will be maybe dying. Oh yeah, he will. He was just too close to the fire, too close to the sun, and he got burned just like the Icarus in the olden legends. And Yellow will be able to help his teammate at least destroying the army, but not before losing the villager. And oh well, Moore is heading into a bit of a problem here. He's gonna be right now raided even more on the villagers, as the medium Murmilos have to go a bit back. I mean, back there with a bit of healing into the villager, definitely gonna be helpful, as it's not half bad. You can see the Caladria is healing quite significantly fast. It's not really any kind of pushover healing, much better than I think Valkyrie, for example. And that might be really helping him quite significantly, as otherwise, yeah, looking at the 30 TC being captured right now for 1900, and the top TC also being captured for Issei. So he's taking things a bit more carefully, as he cannot realize he cannot trade the opponent all that much in here, who is right now clicking into Hathor. Or is he gonna be switching? Oh yeah, he is switching in the end into Sekhmet. Okay, so maybe even a few Scarabs are gonna be coming forward, as the engagement is on in the middle between Sasha and Moore, and it seems like that Sasha might be getting the upper hand, because the Hoplites are kinda solid unit, even though they are not upgraded, which is a bit surprising. Right now, Carnivora, Jason exactly coming in there. Looks like quite nice micro from him. Should be killing it fairly easily. But right now, what is, of course, gonna be an issue? These Cairo Ballistae are gonna be definitely a problem against infantry-only army from Sasha. So he'll have to switch into something else quite soon, and that something else quite probably should be maybe even both Hippicons and Toxotai, but the Hippicons against, of course, all the Cairo Ballistae will be quite decent. Second, or rather, third TC already captured by him as well, as the only ones who haven't gotten any kind of extra TC so far are the Norse players on the right, which are kind of most of the time playing a 1v1 with quite a solid army at this point. And is actually I Hate Clans housed? No, he isn't, so he should be getting at least one mythical unit. He did get the Valkyrie in there, but yeah, Ainea is there as well, but he should be also producing the extra last house that he is so far missing, and I'm not 100% certain that he actually has noticed the fact that he's missing a house. You can see only 105 there, so potentially a problem in the making for him, as he so far isn't making it anywhere close by. Yep, absolutely not anywhere close by, as the next ages are already clicking in, and we're gonna be waiting what more is gonna be transitioning into after the kind of failed Murmilos rush against the opponent on the left. Right, so Plow, Pickaxe, and Ducks. Oh well, that's kinda interestingly late for actually all those upgrades for the Zeus, but he seems to be doing so far kinda alright. But once you are going for the advance and into the second TC, you usually should be having enough resources for Ducks and Pickaxe on the advance, so that's maybe some kind of optimization is possible for Sasha. But in the meantime, he's doing kinda well. But right now he will have to definitely switch into full-on defense with all the Toxotai coming forward, and he probably does have quite a solid economy at this point for that, or maybe not, because he's exactly missing the upgrades, and they are only now gonna be coming forward. So yeah, maybe a bit of an opportunity for Moore, who is definitely spamming the Cairo Ballistae there. Quite significant spam by him, as there is a lot of yellow in the enemy base at this point, as Hi-Hat Clans is right now fighting himself in Barry's base, as Barry at the same time is trying to scout behind the opponent. But unfortunately, he'll have to fall back quite significantly, as this is definitely threatening his echo, and he already lost plenty of army apparently, maybe even a few villages here and there, as Sekhmet is gonna be right now casting, of course, her Citadel probably in the front, as when this battle is gonna be kinda breaking off, which is exactly about now. You can see the losses here and there. We are gonna be switching to the bottom, where, yeah, well, you could have seen that this dude already died, and I'm kinda thinking he might have been actually somehow stolen. No, he couldn't have been stolen. I was looking maybe if there was skills, but no, there wasn't one. So it was used by the purple player, and he actually was able to defend himself quite alright. And you can also see that the purple player is gonna be quite nicely guarding the gold mine in the middle, so he is, I think, in a pretty solid position. It's gonna be getting kinda difficult for right now, Issei. Let's switch into the pocket position, where Moore is advancing onto another TC in this position, and rather in this game, as all those Toxotai might be exactly the correct counter unit, but he should be spreading them out a bit to basically counter the spread attack of the Cairo Ballistae. So right now the TC should be standing still. It's gonna be just taking probably Jason to get rid of exactly this one Carnivora, and Frost is gonna be cast on the top side because Barry definitely needed to help himself quite a bit, as he is having a hard time defending against high hit clans. High hit clans is still feudal, or rather feudal classical. Maybe casting a bit too much and a bit too many Age of Empires at the point lately, and it's gonna be a bit of a forest. And is that gonna be for forest fire? Kinda thinking that it might be, because forest fire, I think, oh, it's actually already gone. So not entirely certain right now what's gonna be the case here. He just wants to block all the archers so that they cannot escape anywhere, or something like that. But otherwise we are gonna be right now switching to the right, where of course the Frost is gonna be soon coming over. And Issei will be attempting to help his teammate, which is definitely nice and definitely needed, as apparently Barry is having quite a significant issue defending the gold, even though he has been able to at least wall it off at this point, and might be able to survive with at least a bit of help of his opponent. But all those mythical units, that is a significant issue right now for both him and Issei, and it doesn't seem all that promising at this point. Let's quickly switch to the left side. How is it looking with More? Not well. You can see that actually Sasha was able to defend quite alright, and More will have to come back a bit later. Quite a bit later here. Okay, so More was kinda going for a spam of the buildings in there. I kinda think that's a pretty good idea. Not a bad idea at all, because right now it's gonna be even taking a bit of a damage from the archers and from the hoplits and all like that, while he's gonna be of course producing plenty of units right into the middle of the military of his opponent. But still, he definitely will have to amass an army a whole lot more, because at this point he is not having any kind of easy game, as the Greek units are simply stronger, even if they are not upgraded even into mediums yet. That's quite surprising, to be honest. You can see, let's switch into More. He doesn't have any kind of upgrades either, so that's of course one of the reasons why he's not having any kind of better game than you'd be kind of thinking. As at the bottom side, there is still an engagement going on between 1900 and Issei, as they are both at 3 TCs. That should be fairly easy, or rather fairly easy. Fairly fair, that's what I wanted to say. Completely different word than fair. And of course, with the Miguel Stronghold coming forward there as well, it seems that Ra with his boom is kind of in a nice position, and he's having quite a comfortable game for himself. So Propolis 5. He is, oh, he's fully popped, and at 3 TCs with the Citadel, oh man, with 45 TC coming forward as well. That is right now coming for Issei though, so he's gonna be getting a bit of a boost for his, of course, military population. From the second position, he's, yeah, he's not really near being housed at this point. He's missing plenty of military for his own. And he is probably gonna be having quite significant issues defending against all of this, as having only archers against of course the siege towers is not gonna be all that helpful. As on the right we are gonna be looking at Yellow advancing forward, as he was at least forced off the base of his opponent, of Barry. But yeah, he still did quite significant damage into the opponent, and he still does have about a ton of mythical units. That is always gonna be a problem for the opponent, unless exactly those dudes, Jarls. Yep, so he's gonna be, as Odin, switching into Jarls. Definitely agreed. That's a very good choice for him, as there is a trade starting in the middle. You can see already some camel caravans moving forward, as Green is apparently trying to eat into the green, into the blue player a bit. And Morris seems to be kinda losing slightly. He definitely should be hurrying up into the next ages or something like that, because so far he's not even getting the upgrades there. And the Caladrias are not exactly right now working for him that well, even though they are correct unit to actually help him with healing and everything like that. You can see even like eating all the damage from the archers, because they're kind of working like, you can see Pegasi from the Zeus when you are fighting on the water. This is not exactly what he wants to do. He's just basically right now taunting the opponent, I'm thinking. Maybe trying to keep the archers busy, while he's gonna be destroying the infantry through the Kerbaliste. That almost seems like what he was actually doing here. Well, in that case, quite nice idea. Seems to be working rather alright for the time being. But Barry is moving forward, gonna be getting the third, or the second TC, not really the third one yet. Only the second one. But his opponent, he is still at only 2. As the gold, oh, somebody got stuck. And pretty badly. Somebody got stuck pretty badly. I'm thinking this might be from some kind of shockwave or something like that. Not entirely certain what. You're gonna be at least trying to get it from... try to basically cut themselves off. And they can do that, because if you're right now gonna be clicking on the wood line, you should be losing all the gold, all them, I think. and then continue mining the gold. So you can maybe save them a bit later with proper micro. But of course it's gonna be getting increasingly difficult, as apparently Barry is right now coming into his strength and gonna be trying to destroy his opponent quite significantly, and he does have the correct combination of units. All those mythical units, those frost giants with the Yaros, are definitely correct, and it seems that yellow will be kinda hard pressed to stay alive here, because he has been forced to switch into gold, and he is not yet even going into heroic age, or is he already in? No, he's already in. So he's already in, but he doesn't have really all that much army at this point. And it seems that this is gonna be time for Barry to go into full-on offensive. Kinda similar to what right now Mor is doing with all the army trying to destroy the Underworld Passage. As the Underworld Passage is though going to the back of Mor's base, and he is so gonna be losing this TC. He's already having medium hoplits at least, so that's gonna be a good upgrade for him. He is all the way to the bottom. He has already killed this TC a bit earlier through the Underworld Passage. And with the fortress already being there, and Hephaestus as well. Man, is this a problem for Mor? Is this a problem for Mor and overall his whole team? And yep, this is gonna be the time where he's gonna be resigning. As on the left, apparently Issei is having quite a good enough game. As opposed to what I was thinking actually that he might be having. And 1900 is still not able to deal with him, as apparently we are right now through into Horus, through 1900. And this is looking like some kind of successive drop after a resign, as this was very well played. Very well played by Sasha, of course, and completely destroying Mor. So he tried a bit of a cheeky strategy at the start, and it significantly didn't work, and maybe even backfired. Though I kind of think that even with how it went, should have been having quite a nice game, but maybe he was just kind of trolling around slightly. And good job, Sasha. Good job. You forced Mor to quit here and resign. And on the right, it seems like that Barry is really getting the upper hand against I Hate Guns as well, after a very hard battle at the start. But he received a bit of assistance from Issei, and that was exactly what was needed. As on the left, apparently, 1900 just wasn't able to really deal with the situation at hand. Yeah, this is gonna be probably a frozen game altogether. Just gonna be looking into game room, what's going on there. Yeah, Mor already left. So I kinda think actually somehow got screwed up. I would be expecting. They're not even right in. So I'm not sure what's going on, but I'm pretty certain that this game is actually heading one way, especially with Mor resigning. Has not much that they could be doing. With Barry winning the right side at this point, it's not really given that you'll be winning completely, but he's on a pretty good spot. As on the left, Issei would just soon receive help from Sasha, and in 2 versus 1, even against quite nicely, of course, upgraded Rab, you can see already having bronze and copper in there. I don't think they will be having all that much of a problem with all the military they could be actually putting together. At this point, I'm really thinking this is gonna be it for this game. Or is somebody posting right now they're out? Alt F4. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that they should. That it's somehow bugged out. Probably because Mor left, because he was a host as well. So I'm thinking that might have something to do with it. That it basically bugged out because of that. But yeah, this is basically done anyway. So let's have a look at the post game. Let's have a look at the post game, where we're gonna be looking at Sasha with plenty of points, and he kinda did deserve it. He was the one who was able to beat Mor in the game. As on the left, those is a quite nice game against 1900, and on the right, Barry in the end, even through the quite mighty struggles against I Hate Guns, who played really well there, he was able to turn it around with a bit of help from his teammates. And that's exactly what team games are all about. Quite definitely. You can see the efficiency for Mor, 110, killed only 75. Kinda similar for Issei though. Even worse, 130 against against 85. But he was able to hold, as opposed to a player in the blue jersey. And Mor just couldn't get even into the heroic age in there apparently for some reason. And the game, the longer the event, the lower chances he was of course having there. Okay, GG.